Welcome to Strategy Saturday. I'm Charles Carillo, and today we're going to be discussing why are real estate insurance premiums skyrocketing. So over the past year, we've had our real estate insurance premiums increase by 4% to 12%. And over the past year, Americans have seen their homeowners insurance premiums increase by over 8%. Where I live in Florida, our rates have been increasing at even a higher rate since Florida insurance companies lost $1.6 billion in 2021, largely due to fraud, mainly roofing fraud, and litigation costs. 76% of all lawsuits filed in the U.S. against insurance providers is from Florida. But throughout the U.S., the cost of building materials and labor have been increasing at such a rapid pace. A few of the main reasons why insurance rates have increased so much is inflation. The most common is the cost to rebuild your property has increased. Lumber is up 300% over the past 3 years. Labor costs have increased substantially. There's a lack of skilled labor, which is dramatically increasing costs. It is even difficult to find someone to return your call, let alone come out, provide a quote, and then show up to do the work. With true inflation north of 10%, real estate investors need to rethink their underwriting when investing. Years back, when I would initially review underwriting, I would essentially skip over the insurance line in the expenses portion of the underwriting to review the property taxes, since this is where most investors get into trouble, and it was a given that insurance would increase 3 to 4% a year. Well, not anymore. When I am reviewing underwriting and hit the expenses, I'm looking for the percent increase the underwriter is anticipating, and you're really looking for a higher single-digit annual increase, double what it used to be. When you are purchasing real estate in an inflationary environment like we are in today, you utilize a fixed debt to devalue your debt, but it's important to make sure your expenses increase accordingly with inflation. The benefit being that we increase rents every year, and our largest outflow, which is our debt service, is fixed. Now, find a good independent insurance agent, preferably from a referral of another landlord or property owner. Have them quote your policy every year. When purchasing property, it is very important that you're anticipating higher insurance rates. If the roof is old, or the electrical has not been upgraded, or there are some other major changes required to keep up the code. If you're planning on making these repairs, do them as soon as possible, as soon as you purchase the property, and then contact your agent. I don't understand why most new investors don't do this, but call and get insurance quotes before you put in an offer on a property. Insurance increases are not going away. Just make sure you're aware of them and factoring them in when you're submitting offers. So I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, submit comments and potential show topics at globalinvestorspodcast.com. Look forward to 2 more episodes next week. See you then.
Nothing in this episode should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Any investment opportunities mentioned on this podcast are limited to accredited investors. Any investments will only be made with proper disclosure, subscription documentation, and are subject to all applicable laws. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of Syndication Superstars, LLC exclusively.